Well, welcome back to the den, my deliciously filthy freaks. It's your favorite fur-coated fever dream, the one and only Chuck Duclaw, howling, growling, and absolutely foaming at the mouth over games that deserve their own shows. You ever finish a video game and think, damn, this masterpiece was a TV show, I'd ghost my job, fake my own death, and live off ramen just to binge it in one depraved sitting? Yeah, same here, friends. And I ain't talking about some sanitized PG-13 garbage made for normies and Facebook moms. No, I'm talking full throttle, balls out, blood slick binge fuel. Violence, sex, plot twists so nasty they should come with a safe word. You know the deal. Some of these picks are obvious, but others are deep cuts. Games you may have forgot existed, like that ex who still texts you at 2 a.m. But all of them, certified freaks, 7 days a week. Ready to be reborn as glorious, chaotic TV gold. So grab your drink, unbuckle that belt, and let's howl into the night together. These are 5 video games that need to be turned into TV shows ASAP for the greater good of television. And with that, let's get into this list, shall we? Well, starting the list off at number 5, we've got We Happy Few from Compulsion Games. You ever wake up, realize society's gone to hell, and the only thing keeping everyone from full-blown murder orgies is government-mandated happy pills? Well, welcome to We Happy Few. This game is like a Clockwork Orange made a baby with Bioshock and then let that baby get raised by a group of Stepford wives with switchblades. I mean, everyone's smiling, but they've definitely got crazy eyes and murder boners. And as a TV series, it would be a pastel paranoia, forced cheerfulness, and slow-burning psychological horror show. Each episode would have that what the fuck is happening and why do I love it so much energy. Be kind of like the Truman Show on bath salts. And the structure's built for anthology-style weirdness, too. Each character has their own twisted path through this candy-colored nightmare. You've got the broken bureaucrat, the chemically unhinged rebel, the outcast alchemist, all trying to survive a world that punishes honesty like it's a capital crime. It's satire with a sledgehammer and enough freaky masks to fuel your next 3 therapy sessions. And honestly, if this show doesn't make you want to quit reality and move into a drugged-up dystopia, well, maybe you need to take more joy in life. But you know what? Let's leave that nonsense to the real nightmares, like our next one on the list. Well, sliding into the number 4 spot, we've got Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War series by Monolith Productions, published by Warner Brothers Interactive. Now let me pitch you this. Game of Thrones meets John Wick, but with more orcs and less incest. That's Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War in a nutshell. You play a resurrected ranger possessed by a dead elf lord, going full murder machine on Sauron's entire family tree. There's blood, betrayal, and there's definitely a lot of orc-on-orc power struggles juicier than a daytime soap opera. And the Nemesis system? Oh my god. That's the show's secret sauce in my opinion. Imagine a reoccurring villain who's pretty, dramatic and remembers everything you did to him. Kill his brother? Well, he'll show up later with a new jaw and a vengeance kink. A TV series with that mechanic, in my opinion, would probably be unstoppable. Give me angry orcs, tortured elves, and a main character with an emotional range of a wet dagger, and I am so in. And if the violence doesn't get you hooked, the sheer spite will. Watch as every petty action leads to the ultimate orc rivalry. It's like if your childhood nemesis came back to haunt you, and this time, he brought a warhammer. And speaking of childhood nightmares, get ready for a tale where your guilt and bloodlust might just be your ticket to redemption, or total damnation. Let's take a look at the next one. Well now, moving into number 3, we've got Vampire by Don't Nod Entertainment, published by Focus Home Interactive. Now folks, imagine House MD, but he's undead, horny, and morally conflicted. And he keeps forgetting not to eat his patients as well. That's Vampire. This sexy ass little gem is set in plague-ridden 1918 London. You play as a newly turned vampire doctor trying not to snack on civilians while unraveling a conspiracy that smells like blood, guilt, and horny gaslight vibes. As a show, you've got a period drama for sure. Supernatural politics, blood soaked moral dilemmas, and enough brooding atmosphere to drown a Tumblr blog. Plus, it would definitely be catnip for the I can fix him crowd. Spoiler, you definitely can't fix him. Give me a broody vampire with a scalpel and a conscience, and I'll give you 10 seasons and a toxic fan base. It's kind of like True Detective meets Twilight, but for people who want to feel good about their bad decisions. And the real question here, when does a monster stop being a monster? And when does it become a tragic hero? This series would blur the lines so much you wouldn't even know if you should root for him or run the hell away from the blood-soaked mess that he is about to create. But trust me, there's another type of vampire you might want to root for too. They don't have the same dilemmas, but the drama, well, it's just as bloody. Let's check it out in the next one. Well, poking us at number 2, we've got the Legacy of Kain series. Now, the Legacy of Kain series is the most criminally underused IP in gaming history, in my opinion. This series has everything. Sexy vampires, Shakespearean betrayal, existential dread, soul-devouring swords, and let's not forget that time travel bullshit that's so convoluted you'll need a corkboard and red yarn just to follow it. First, you've got Kain, vampire tyrant with the voice of a sexy demon professor. Then there's Raziel, his betrayed, flayed, soul-sucking spawn that was turned into a revenant who literally gets thrown into hell by his dad. You know, just normal family drama. A Legacy of Kain show would be dripping with gothic visuals, political intrigue, and philosophical monologues delivered from atop ruined cathedrals. It'd kind of be like Castlevania meets True Detective if everyone was undead and horny for vengeance. This show's got everything. Personal vendettas, epic battles, time travel paradoxes, and of course characters who just can't get enough of stabbing each other in the back. Look, if you're not into Legacy of Kain yet, well, that's on you. But seriously, you should go play it. I know it's an old game, but it's a good one. But hey, as deep and twisted as those stories are, maybe there's a little room for some post-apocalyptic action in the mix. What do you say? Like, I don't know, maybe a game where society falls apart and you get to pick who's going to rise from the ashes. Let's see what that number 1 pick's going to be, shall we? Well, alrighty, coming in at number 1, we've got Tom Clancy's The Division franchise from Ubisoft. And if you don't know anything about The Division, it's kind of like if COVID was 1000% worse and became an open-world tactical looter shooter. And goddamn it slaps. The world's gone to shit. Society collapsed faster than your willpower during a Steam sale, and the world that's left behind is filled with rogue agents, violent factions, and desperate survivors. And who's in the middle of it, you ask? Well, you. A sleeper agent activated to restore order with bullets, sweet-ass gadgets, and a terrifying amount of pockets. Look, the universe is ripe for this TV series. The factions alone could carry multiple seasons. Cleaners burning everything in sight, Rikers with their prison riot revenge arc, and throw in some high-stakes political intrigue, betrayal, and morally gray protagonists, and baby, you've got yourself the next The Boys Meets Children of Men. It's gritty, it's brutal, it's sexy in a please don't ask me what's in my go bag kind of way, and it deserves a screen big enough to show every glorious gunfight and questionable moral decision. And look, with an action-packed world that's literally falling apart, what better way to wrap up our list than to show where chaos is the only thing that stays constant? Nothing says TV gold like a world where you never know if you're the hero or just another goddamn villain in disguise. And on a side note, folks, I know that they are planning like a Netflix, a made-for-TV movie, or even a high-budget movie, I think starring Jake Gyllenhaal about the Division. But remember, this list is about TV shows. While I think that movie's probably going to be good if it ever releases, it would never show the full story arc in that short amount of time that this franchise could offer on the TV screen. So that's why I put it at number 1. Not saying it's the best game, but I'm saying it's a damn good one. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let us know in the comments. Well, alright, there you go. 5 games that should be TV shows ASAP. And if they're not, then I guess Hollywood's just too busy making another goddamn reality show. Look, I know you're sitting there thinking, Chuck, what about my favorite game? Why didn't you talk about that one? Well, listen, if you've got a better suggestion, drop it in the comments. I'd love to see what batshit crazy games you think should be shows. And something that isn't just an excuse to make explosions happen every 10 seconds either. Get creative with it. I dare you. Just don't come at me with a suggestion like Call of Duty the series. Well, unless you're into watching soldiers scream, bro, you got this, while they run into the same battle for the 300th time. Thrilling stuff, really. Before you go running off to throw your keyboard through a wall because I didn't pick your game, don't forget to like this video. You know, if you don't hate fun and you want to see more of me making questionable decisions on the internet. And for the love of everything holy, subscribe. Or else. You'll probably miss out on the next time I lose my mind and shout about something else. Don't be the guy who shows up late to the party, watching everyone else have fun and wonder, why are they all laughing? It's called FOMO. Trust me, it's not pretty. So until next time, my friends, stay loud, stay lewd, stay furry. We'll catch you in the next video.